Since 1956, Michigan Farm Bureau has presented its Distinguished Service to Agriculture Award, our organization's highest honor, to deserving individuals who have made exceptional contribution to the state's agriculture industry. As our organization's most prestigious award, the DSA recognizes individuals that have made a significant lifetime commitment and contribution to agriculture. Tonight, we add two more very deserving individuals to that distinguished list of names. Our first DSA goes to Branch County Farm Bureau member Dale Norton. In his nomination form, it reads, Dale Norton has spent a lifetime of outstanding service enhancing the well-being of farmers. He recognized as a leader at the local, state, and national levels. He truly exemplifies the definition of distinguished service to agriculture. Dale joined Farm Bureau in 1974 after graduating from Kalamazoo College in 1973 with a political science degree. He participated in the Michigan Ag Leadership Program, served on the Branch County Policy Development, Local and State Affairs, and MEAP legislative committees. At the state level, Dale was appointed to the Michigan Ag Commission in 2005 and continues to serve on the Michigan Swine Health Committee as chairman. He is the past president of the Michigan Pork Producers Association and continues to serve on their board. Nationally, Norton has served on the National Pork Board since 2009, and he serves as president of that organization in 2014 and 2015. In that role, Dale represented U.S. pork producers around the world, including a stop in China. He also served on the U.S. Farmers and Ranchers Alliance as the pork checkoff representative. Norton is a partner in Kendale Farm, located in Bronson with his brother Ken, son Michael, and nephew Josh. Their farm is primarily a farrow to wean operation with 1,450 sows. He's also involved with their cow-calf operation, and they currently raise corn, soybeans, hay, green beans, peppers for processing, and seed corn on more than 3,500 acres. Kendale Farm was first MEAP certified in 2005 for two separate livestock operations. Nothing better exemplifies Dale's commitment to agriculture and his family than the family farm mission statement, which states, "Our mission is to be environmentally and socially responsible members of the community, producing superior products with the honest and integrity." To hear more about our first DSA winner tonight, please turn your attentions to the screen.
Probably no one has been more conscientious and committed to doing the right thing for pork producers than Dale. He's a genuinely good person, but when he has something that really needs a decision made on, no one more thoroughly thinks it through and really gives a measured and thoughtful solution than Dale. He's been a delight to work with the whole time that I've known him, and he's contributed a tremendous amount, unselfishly, to the pork industry, both at the state and national level. He ultimately became president of the National Pork Board, and I really don't know how he was able to do that and continue to work on the farm as well as he did, because he traveled literally thousands and thousands of miles on behalf of pork producers during the time that he was president.
Dale is typical of the passion of America's pork producers. He's authentic, genuine, and sincere in his concern about improving pork production in this country and improving life on the farm. And it's that type of leadership that has really made our industry what it is today.
I've known Dale my whole life, and we got to showing some cattle. We started buying some cattle from Dale, and just the support to the youth of our county and throughout the state, and the way he would conduct his sales and support and the honesty and upfront that part of Dale's cattle sales. Even though he's served highly at the swine level across the nation, he did have some cattle, and he was just great with the kids. He would support our local career center, help them kids get animals, and just, I think over the years, whatever Dale could do to help with agriculture and promote it and make it better for the generation, the next generation, is, I think, somewhat of what's motivated Dale.
Dale?
Thank you.
I'd like to thank you for being part of agriculture. And Dale, it is an honor for me to present you the 2016 Distinguished Service to Agriculture Award on behalf of all the members of Michigan Farm Bureau. Thank you to your service, not only to agriculture, but to the industries that represent agriculture in this state. Thank you.
Thank you.
I'd like to say a few words.
I didn't realize the video was going to be quite so inclusive. It has a lot of things that I was going to comment on, so that saves us some time. First, I'd like to say that this really is a family award. As was stated, I was gone a lot, excuse me, over the last 15 years, and family picked up the slack for the job that I normally would do, and so I would like to introduce my family that's here with me. First of all, my wife, Bobby. Bobby, please stand up. Bobby and I have been married 39 years. She taught third grade for 25 years. Is retired from that, but has always been supportive of me and of the farm, and I really thank her for that. My son Michael, stand up also. Having a little trouble here. Michael graduated from Michigan State, came back to farm with us around 10 years ago, I believe, and it's very neat to be able to farm with family. My brother Ken, Kenneth and I have farmed together since 1973, farmed with our dad for a good number of those years, and then formed a partnership with Josh and Michael. Josh, my nephew, is the fourth member of our partnership. Josh, many of you know a little bit about his involvement with Farm Bureau here. So, and Josh's wife, Erica, is with us here as well. And Josh and Erica's sons, Tanner and Drew. Tanner and Drew, would you please stand up? And kind of a special guest for us is Daniel Gilbert. Daniel is my nephew from Northern Ireland. He's been here for the summer working on the harvesting grain from Texas up to North Dakota. He got done with that job a week or so ago and is working with us for a couple of weeks. So Daniel, would you please stand up? Thank you. Yeah, family really is important, and if my parents were still alive, they would enjoy this moment as well. They were certainly a big part of my growing up and giving me opportunity to do the things that I've done. I thought a little about what things inspired me, I guess, or motivated me to do things beyond the local level. One thing that occurred to me, I remembered my mother told me that one of my biology teachers in high school, who was Harold Rugit, who was I think eventually a extension person in Huron County, he said, and it was a motivation for me that I had the capabilities of doing anything that I wanted to do. And when you think about little things that give you inspiration and confidence, that was one of them. Another one was, my dad always said that if you have ability, it's your responsibility to step forward and take that challenge and do with your abilities, take leadership positions if you're capable of doing it. And that was another motivation. So I think it was about 1982, I was runner-up in the Distinguished Young Farmer Contest here at Farm Bureau. And that was another motivation. Participating in the MELT program was really important for me to build confidence that I had the ability and the desire to do things at the national level. Over the course of the last 10 years, I guess, I was involved with the Animal Welfare Committee of the National Pork Board. That was kind of my first national exposure. And in that time period, we wrote the Swine Welfare Assurance Program. And on the committee was Temple Grandin. And that was a very, so I got to know Temple Grandin. And it was a challenge because once Temple got the floor, you never got it back. But she had ideas, and she was so much understood by the public, recognized as an expert, that she was always included in those type of discussions. Probably one of my more, I guess, pleasing positions was to become president of the National Pork Board. It took me a couple of attempts to get elected to the pork board. Michigan does not have much voting power, and the states of Minnesota, Iowa, and North Carolina always had people that they were interested in supporting. And so it made it a little difficult to get elected to the board, but then to be elected president after that, after doing the gut check a couple of times as to whether I wanted to run again, was really satisfying. And so it's been really nice tonight to have opportunity to see some friends that I haven't seen for a long time. It's especially gratifying to me to receive this award. Totally unexpected, but really very much appreciated. So thank you very much.
I think you forgot something, Dale.
Thank you.
Our second Distinguished Service to Agriculture Award this evening goes to a man that led our College of Agriculture and Natural Resources as the dean on 2 separate occasions, Dr. Fred Poston. With experience as an instructor, scientist, and administrator, Dr. Poston embodied the land-grant ideal. He arrived in Michigan in 1991 as vice provost and dean, and was responsible for the Michigan Agriculture Experiment Station, MSU Extension, and the Institute for International Agriculture. In that role, he guided faculty and staff in the development of the $74.2 million revitalization of Michigan Animal Agricultural Project, led the creation of the $6.2 million Project Green, a program to revitalize Michigan's plant agriculture, and developed the Partnership for Ecosystems Research and Management with the Department of Natural Resources and the Great Lakes Fishery Commission. He also oversaw the construction of 7 new teaching and research facilities and raised more than $47 million for the college to continue its mission to educate students in Michigan and around the world. In 1999, he was named Vice President for Finance and Operations and Treasurer for MSU. In the Vice President's role, he managed the financial planning of the university, kept housing costs among the lowest in the Big Ten, oversaw the building of a nationally acclaimed recycling center, and facilitated a new university-wide human resource management program. In 2013, he was once again named Dean of the College of Ag and Natural Resources, where he led faculty efforts to revitalize the curriculum, organize the college for the capital campaign, and strengthened the relationships with industry stakeholders. To hear more about our second DSA winner tonight, please turn your attention to the screens.
Fred Poston is really one of those special people that comes along once in a lifetime. He joined the College of Ag and Natural Resources in a very unique time. We needed leadership, strong leadership, and we needed a person with a vision. Fred Poston delivered on both of those accounts. The livestock initiative was one of the pieces that he finished when he arrived here in East Lansing, and then followed by the plant initiative, which was later renamed Project Green. He was truly one of those guys that could come to the table, bring people together, establish a strong partnership, and work towards a goal that was good for Michigan farmers. At the end of the day today, in his first tenure, he delivered on all counts for us as farmers in the state of Michigan. He came back to the college and wrapped up his career here and continued to contribute and helped us establish the Michigan Tree Fruit Commission. Couldn't have been done without Fred Poston at the helm at that point in time. He's really, truly a great friend of Michigan agriculture, a great friend to all of us that work closely with him, and his contributions to the college are very significant. We really appreciate Fred. Great award. Congratulations, Fred, on a great job. Well done.
Dean Fred Poston was extraordinary in a variety of ways, and perhaps what impressed me most was his real sense of perspective or vision. He saw the big picture, and he saw the way the parts fit together, so he understood deeply the importance of the highest quality of research and supported his faculty in that, understanding that the future of the ag economy is related to making the best discoveries and bringing it to the people who can actually use it. But at the same time, he understood that the only way that works is through really effective outreach and extension. So he was highly committed to that aspect of the work of the College of Agriculture and Natural Resources. And of course, he realized that that only works if you have great relationships with the stakeholders, the people who are doing the work. So somehow, Fred not only understood those relationships, but was able to manage those relationships in a particularly artful way, I think.
Fred Poston came along at a time when Michigan agriculture really needed to surface a leader. He served in that capacity for a number of years and then moved on to the finance part, but came back at a time Michigan agriculture really needed him again. Fred Poston is a guy whose leadership style finds compromise and sets goals and moves forward. Great leader.
At this time, please help me in joining Fred Poston to the stage, please. Fred? You've probably done a lot of these lately. Yeah. Fred, it's an honor for me to present you the 2016 Distinguished Service to Agriculture Award on behalf of Michigan Farm Bureau and all of its members. Fred, you have been such a great asset to agriculture and such a great mentor to many people in this room. Thank you for everything you've done for agriculture, and thank you for everything you've done for the many students that come and knocked on your door for advice. Thank you. Let's say to you.
Well, at dinner, Carl said he was going to say some nice things. I said, well, that's great. You know, usually you have to wait till you're dead to hear many of those. I'm not sure I can live up to the hype that was presented, but first I'd like to introduce my wife, who's with me tonight, Charlotte Poston. And if she doesn't throw me out in March, we will have been married 50 years. So, which I assure you speaks to her character more than mine. I really want to thank Farm Bureau. I can remember sitting through Farm Bureau banquets with other DSA members or awardees and thinking, gee whiz, that's an elite group of people. How neat it would be if in my career somehow I managed to join that list. And when you look at that list, there are people on that list that have had a really profound impact. I'm not sure I'm worthy of that, but I do appreciate very much the award. I also appreciate the fact that I had labored for 14 years as Vice President for Finance and Operations, and the industry and the college gave me an opportunity to return to the college as Dean, which is where my heart was really centered all of those years. And you responded wonderfully, the college responded wonderfully, and I think that helped us really set the groundwork for a whole new set of possibilities. I look at the new leadership in Farm Bureau and I look at the new leadership in the college, and I think, gosh, if I was young, it would be exciting to do all of this all over again. I think there's a great opportunity here. But my role today is perhaps to be your biggest cheerleader. And with that, I would thank you again.